I'll do it anyway. And that's a scary thing to be facing off against when you're a man who is training so hard to get into these tournaments, but your opponent is going to try and make this as chance focused as possible. He's got to play his best StarCraft. He's got to scout well in the left side of the map. He is the favorite. It is Good Game Gamer's best gamer. Nice.
And with a forge right from the get-go here over in the top right, he's in the blue trunks, an absolute madman, but a very skilled Protoss. This is Haas.
And Nice moved along the bottom of the map looking for a proxy. And I think he must have seen that probe coming, right? I'm not sure if he did actually, because the probe came on a weird path. Oh, Haas, the classic Haas maneuver. Oh my gosh.
You want to go back to making a bet about the whole 7 minutes thing?
Oh my lord.
Goodness. All right. I love it. I love it. Every time Haas has got a way to keep it spicy, and it's in the form of a cannon rush, folks. What more could you want?
All right, going to be walling that off. Wants the refund on most of those units. Hard to get a cannon up. Oh, is he walled out? Oh, nice. Double pylon wall from Nice. Walling Haas out of the main. Gateway building on the front right now. Another pylon on the way. The Zealot is going to start working that pylon. Will not be able to take it down in time. Very clever, though. Walling him out of the main base. Means he cannot get onto the high ground until the cannon breaks down that pylon. Look at that. Oh, he gets a probe. He gets another one. Huge snipes for Nice. Getting in there. Haas has to take gas at home. Has to start probing. He's got to go to plan B. That was a beautiful gambit from Nice. If he didn't snipe that, there was going to be cannons on his high ground, but he manages to do it.
Really well done. It's hard to keep your cool when you're getting cannon rushed, especially in the first game. So credit to him here, you know, microing the Zealots so he can get that other pylon and depower the gate at the very least. We still have the high ground there, but this cannon does have limited effectiveness now, and the Stalker can polish that off. So we have a Nexus coming down for Nice, and he's successfully defended this.
Yeah, Nexus can take a bit of beating on its shields. The cannon won't take that down on its own. Nice is going to block Haas expansion. He sees the gateway is just finishing. Cybercore is almost done. And now Haas has to break his own pylon down to get out. I mean, this is a disaster for Haas, and it's all because Nice managed to snipe both of his probes. That was brilliant.
Yeah, this ain't his first rodeo, that's for sure. And so these structures are going to get cleaned up, and Haas is going to be in a situation where he doesn't have a Nexus. His tech, whatever it may be, is going to be a little bit late. Here's a robo coming in. And what's the plan from here? What can he do? Nice is going to start getting away with the probe count here once that Nexus finishes.
Yeah, it looks like the slowest 3-gate robo wall in of all time. I mean, there's no great options for Haas here. He's basically just going to go desperate. 4-gate robo even, in fact, hoping to get something done with that. But, you know, Nice has got all the info he needs. 2 batteries, a robo of his own go down. Force field on the ramp is probably the best chance Haas has. Like, in this sort of game, you're looking for a mechanic that doesn't care about them having twice as much stuff as you. You're looking for something that can, you know, really create an imbalance. And that is what Sentry drop on the ramp is probably going to be able to do. The recall, of course, can partially counter that.
The gateway finally goes down, and we have Haas dropping a pylon back here, but Nice actually drops a neighboring one.
I love when these two play. This actually happens so much in the Taiwanese region in general. Was that a Robo Bay?
I didn't catch what that was.
I think it's one base disruptor all in, but he obviously doesn't want it to get scouted because disruptors are best as a surprise.
Yeah. You're right. There it is. And he's going to clean that up and go for the hidden structure anyway. What are the odds? But he's going to be able to try and make this work. We've got the first model almost out for Nice, and he's just trying to figure out what's going on because he knows whatever it's going to be, he's going to have to be defending.
I mean, obviously the economic position is very desperate for Haas. 25 workers to 32, 1 base versus 2 as well. Nice is going to have a prism. Very useful for saving units, dodging disruptor shots, all that sort of stuff. Oh, nice movement as well. Force field's cute. Does he have the numbers? Nice apparently thinks he does, but with the prism micro, Haas could punish him for being out here.
Yeah, a couple of his stalkers have lost their shields, so he does have to be a tad careful, but is definitely known for his Warp Prism micros, so we can continue some pressure here. Disruptors are now on the way. Nice's Prism joins the fray as well. So he's cautiously making some workers here, but continuing to keep an eye on what Haas is doing. We've got some Adepts on one side, Stalkers on the other.
Plenty of units there. So the Adepts... Oh, I was going to say can't shade in, but he focuses down a sentry. Nice picks up the other one, saves it with the prism. This is the beautiful moves you don't expect from anyone except Haas. He's so familiar playing with, like, anyone else would be throwing their hands up. What do I do here? He's like, snipes the Observer, shades the Adepts and picks them up, lifts to the high ground, picks off a pylon. Any value that he can get while he's waiting for these disruptors to rally across the map.
Immortal puts an end to that harassment there. Another warp in coming in on the low ground though. Nice is going to come forward and try and delete that warp prism, but he does succeed at pushing Haas back at the very least. Disruptor now here, and he jiggers up. He knows exactly what he's up against at this point, but he does have quite a nice army. 2 Immortals is no joke.
Yeah, I mean, Adepts aren't great for fighting. They're good for shading and taking out sentries, probes. But all they do really is tank, and you need a few disruptors behind them. Another disruptor coming across the map. The prism might find it. If he can drop on top of the other disruptor, that'd be great. Catches to his does nice. Great force fields. And Haas here. Yeah, that double immortal drop is a GG move. That's just going to depower his production, kill his whole base. It's going to force him to shove in. Disruptors need time to get value. They're not going to have it.
Here we go. He's going to start working on those probes, and Haas is just committing, like you said. He's moving up towards these units. Oh, the disruptor. One of them gets sniped. The other one does actually catch a couple of units, but there's going to be no money left for Haas here in a second. We've got Zealots in here as well joining the fight, and Haas is going to try and make it work with what he has left. That's a lot of Adepts. There's a shield battery here too, but he knows there's not enough. Nice. He'll take himself a nice little game 1.
Yeah, looking chilled as always is nice there. Got a bit of a smile on his face as well. Maybe rewinding the game and checking out exactly what went on. Yeah, that was clean. That was very, very crisp and clean for him. And that's not a move. Like, I feel bad that there's going to be someone in Gold League watching who's like, oh, that's how you defend a cannon rush. You just like micro a zealot and 4 probes and somehow manage to pin both of his workers. Like, that's such a intense move. That's so hard to pull off. I can't believe Nice managed to do that.
Yeah, he's just cool, calm, and collected. It's like exactly as I expected, yes. And he just dealt with it so nicely. So that was a rough one for Haas in game 1, but there's still plenty of maps left. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll see if Haas can put a point on the board. Don't go away. Hello, we're back. It's time for some more PvP action here in the Taiwanese region. We're down to our last few players as we head through the playoffs here. We're on a best of 5 between Haas and Nice. This is the upper bracket final. So the winner of this is actually going to find themselves a nice comfy spot in the grand finals for this region. That's going to be a best of 7 with a 1-0 advantage for the winner. So definitely where you want to be if you're hoping to qualify. Now, Pig, you had a lot of faith in Haas. Did that game 1 change your opinion at all?
I mean, honestly, I think Haas had a good strategy. I think it was a great plan. You just got to give props to Nice. Like, that was such a cool move. The way he held that. I feel like defending with your gate exposed on the low ground is so nasty because you're trying to stop him from cannoning the high ground where he gets in range of your main base, but he can also depower your gate, your core. It's a terrible position to be in, and you need to be very pristine, and that exactly is what he was there. So hats off to Nice for just playing so well. I don't think this lowers Haas's chances, nonetheless. I think he just handles it. So many players would get annoyed when someone pulls off such a kind of low percentage move like that, but Haas, he's chilled as always. He still played very well in the follow-up. He was basically dead to rights from there. And the fact that he managed to snipe the Observer, snipe a Sentry, pick up without losing any Stalkers, rotated, got a Pylon, he was doing all the right moves. So Haas is playing exceptionally good StarCraft. Nice just happened to be outplaying him with that one great move.
Yeah, certainly. And have a bit of banter in the lobby before the game too. Admin asking if they're going to GLHF, and Haas says no. Nice is a lucky man, no GG. And Nice says, you always cheese me, then say I'm lucky. And he's like, yes, lucky.
You do have to be lucky to survive those cheeses, right?
Yeah, he was just like, makes sense. All right, let's go.
Oh my gosh. I love it. These guys are the best. It's funny as well because so often there'll be different races. They're like, your race is Imba, no, yours is Imba. Like Rex will be in there talking about Protoss. But in this case, they simply insult each other's strategies. Well, this man may be the superior macro player. Nice defense in game 1. Let's see if he can keep it up. In the top right in the red in game 2, it's Nice.
And in the bottom left in the blue, hoping that luck will be on his side this time round, this is Haas.
Very quick double gas. Interesting. I know it's only about a second quicker than Nice, but it is one where he actually skipped a probe production just slightly for it. It's a normal probe scout, but it looks much scarier because it has Haas's name above it.
That's exactly right. Gotta look out.
1 gate expand up against Nice 2 gate. Okay.
Okay.
Haas is going to be the defensive player this time around. Cancels his 19th or 20th probe. Haas really likes 19 Nexus, 19 Cybercore rather than 20. I'm not sure the exact reasoning, but for whatever reason, he just prefers to get that Nexus and Core up slightly faster and does do his own flavor. Now, Nice is already proxying on the right side of the map and not even sending... No, he does send the probe back. He's not scouting, though. Okay, yes, he is now going to send that to scout. He doesn't know what Haas is up to, but he might be able to infer something purely from the probe scout timing. So he might already just be assuming it's a 1 gate expand.
He's tucked a pylon away on the side. They'll see if he actually uses that or if it's just sort of a bit of misdirection, and now he's going to swing past into the Nat of Haas just to confirm what's going on. He'll see the Nexus, and this will give him a little bit of peace of mind. Nice is the one going for a couple of Stalkers here, which you can certainly march out and start doing some poking with.
I imagine Haas will rally to the inside of his wall. He's going 2 gate into Robo. The second gateway is to wall off his base. A full wall off, one of the most underrated defensive tools in PvP. When you expand, it's just so good to... You don't have to wall off versus depths. It's always going to slow down Stalkers or anything like that. Now, Nice is just expanding. And that's kind of good because he's going to have great scouting. He won't be too far behind on the economy. On the other hand, if Haas bravely probes up here, he's going to, of course, have the economic lead. And the Robo can be used for a very quick Prism harass. If you go over there, drop 2 Adepts in their main, that frequently finds a lot of damage. Oh, Nice runs up to the wall. Did he see the Robo? I don't think he sees it, but if we could check that. Just out of vision.
Just out, yeah. Okay. So he's still not sure what the tech is. And you see how thorough they're both being with the scouting around the map, just swinging right past the edges. Haas won't quite clip that pylon that Nice tucked away on the right there, but as he comes in, sees the couple of stalkers here. Will he get deep enough? I don't think he quite gets to see the Nexus, but...
Yeah, seeing stalkers all the way at home that late, though, you can probably assume it. He does already have an Immortal on the way. His probes are getting built very quickly, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a Prism start up for Haas and him go for a drop. Prism already on the way for Nice. This is very interesting. We might be seeing one of these games where they're both Prism dropping each other, and whoever kind of screws up and lets the Prism get sniped first ends up getting in the trouble. Yeah, Prism does start up for Haas. Nice building another pylon out on the map. What is going on in this game?
Haas has done a pretty good job at denying the scouting from Nice. The Robo's too far back for him to see it with the probe scout at the front. He killed the first hallucination. This is the first time that Nice has actually properly made it in here to see what's going on with the second one that he's sent through here. And he sees the Robo and the Warp Prism. So his own Prism now
is Haas
down
scouting
right
his
side.
natural? Did Haas just get a probe in his natural? I think he... Okay, I think Haas might have seen the proxy in the top left.
Okay.
No, he didn't see it. Oh, okay. There's 2 proxy gateways in the top left side of the map. So Nice is doing a 4-gate Immortal Robo push. And Haas, he's also getting Immortals and lots of gateways. So it feels like they're doing similar plans. But Haas is doing it as a harassment, whereas I think Nice is going to full-on move across the map in a moment.
Just having a look and seeing what's up, and he doesn't see the Prism or anything, so he's going to come in with the first couple of units here, going with the Adepts, going to target down that sentry.
Oh, nice micro. The Immortal drop coming in is going to be spotted. Oh, Haas has got to watch out. There's a lot of stalkers waiting there. Okay, he just stops to clean up the pylon. Good mature decision there. He flies into those stalkers. He's in trouble. Oh, okay. Lets them unload. Don't think they'll be able to get the pylon.
Maybe not quite, but this does require some concentration from Nice to make sure he doesn't lose any units in that little exchange. He's going to tickle the Warp Prism on its way out, but no damage done there. We've got the Glaive upgrade on the way for Haas, and he's positioned himself so that that Warp Prism can't come back into the natural like that. I think he's got some units on the side of his main as well to cover that angle.
Very good setup and defense by both players, but this is where things go really well. I think because Nice drop was very uncommitted, he poked in, he actually saw no gas on Haas natural. So he knows that Haas is doing either an Adept or a charge lot all in. Because of that, he's going Disruptors. And Disruptors destroy Adept all-ins. It's a beautiful move for him now. Haas is going to drop here. He's going to try and take out these Stalkers. Gets one of them and the pylon. Can he get another Stalker? You got to be careful. You want to hunt down the Prism, but you give away 2 Stalkers there and 2 of your gateways are deep out. Almost loses the Prism as well. Oh, Nice narrowly avoids disaster. He's got a big tech advantage. The Adept all-in hits really hard, but 1 or 2 Disruptors make it so dangerous for Haas.
Yep. I think he was making a model there for a second, but switched out for the Disruptor. And the Adepts are on their way, but should have plenty of time for Nice to get that out. He's also thinking ahead for future tech, getting the Twilight, getting the Forge. We can see him move into that +1 now. A good warp in here.
Oh, he's swapping into double. Stargate is Haas. He tries to warp in Zealots at home. The Adept's coming in for a shade in, but oh no, they're getting force fielded. The Immortals are on top of the ramp. The Disruptor's going to shoot them. Quick pickup. He does save both Immortals. The Adept's trying to get to the high ground. They're doing nothing on the low ground. The batteries are healing through all of it. The Immortals get to the high ground there. There is a big offensive Adept warp in. So many Adepts in the base. This fight is so chaotic. The Prism is so low. The Immortals are both in the red. They're both within one-shot capabilities. If Nice targets those Immortals on the top, he can take him out. But Haas here, risky drops. The Disruptor shot comes in, gets a few Adepts. This fight is absolute madness.
The Disruptor shot not able to connect again. And another big warp in from Haas. This is a lot of Adepts to contend with. They're still spread out, still trying to do some damage. Not really getting probes, but it's still too much for Nice to clean up. And Haas is going to put a point on the board here, evening it up to a 1-1. Pig, that was a little wild.
Nice is looking pain after that game. This is what Haas does, Yusef. You can't count him out after he gets his probe sniped on a cannon rush and loses a game. That was a 1 in a million. Nice was just lucky, as Haas said in the lobby after the first game. Ridiculous. What a game. Proxy gates in the corner. They're both hiding pylons and things. You've got prism drops hitting each other. Adepts versus disruptors. And I mean, Haas, the one guy's like, yeah, of course you shaded depths up the ramp, drop immortals, and then juggle them for 5 minutes on red hit points while warping in units. Like, that was one of the craziest series of interactions I've seen. But Haas got great value. Yes, he lost a few probes and a sentry here, but cleared up a pylon or two. He got a bunch of stalkers, remember, as well. He already damaged some here. He did stay a bit too long, so his immortals were damaged. You know, he got a bit excited trying to take those stalkers down. But it was the follow-up drop on the left where he depowered the gateways where he really got some great value.
It's just the execution of the things that he does that's just so phenomenal. He just gets in there, gets crazy decision making, and the micro is sweet as well. The disruptor never actually hit anything, I don't think, because he's using it more to zone those immortals out, and the spread of the adepts got just too much for Nice. He couldn't get in there. He didn't have enough stuff to cover everything. He lost his own immortals eventually. And by that point, it was just too much, especially with that last warp in. He just knew he was being overwhelmed. And yeah, he did look a little shook in the camera after that one, but really nice win from Haas. So still anyone's game here as we look towards map number 3. And I suppose the luck, you know, it was a little bit more on Haas's side this time. Hopefully he's feeling it now.
We demand banter updates from the lobbies, please, admins. Please keep sharing those with us if you can. Yeah, no doubt. Nice might not have as much of a banterous attitude after that game. I mean, that was a really interesting one, though. If we think about the early game, Nice did go 2-gate versus 1-gate expand. Haas searched everywhere, couldn't find the pylon. But with his full wall and the fact that he was playing Robo, he felt safe enough. And it was when the probe came up at about 350, he saw Stalkers sitting at home. He was like, you must have expanded, and just continued probing from there. So I would say rather brave play from Haas. If it was like a super committed Proxy Oracle or something like that, definitely chances to find damage against him.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, with the information that he had, he made really good decisions. And I mean, that's Haas's experience, and I think maybe having sort of that mentality of, you know, it's PvP, I'll just try it and see how I go, and just picking a strategy and sticking to it is working out, because like the pressure's kind of off if that's how you're looking at it, with that sort of almost blasé attitude. But yeah, he's definitely got the skills to make whatever he picks work, and I'm keen to see if this trend continues, because as we've said, the games don't tend to be too long. They're not super short. But I mean, they're both trying to play the mind games. They're like hiding pylons in the same part of the map and stuff. So this is what makes the series so interesting, even though we've watched it a zillion times before. Because they have so much information on each other, it's like, how can you surprise someone that probably knows you better than you know yourself at this point? So
it's jam-packed, isn't it? It's just, it's like, it's not long, but so much happens in these short games, like so much interaction and mind games and scouting and hiding and reacting. I mean, I still don't know if Haas saw the hallucination coming and put the 2 Stargates down in that game to be like, look, I'm transitioning, or if he was actually thinking of going Phoenix is there to, you know, harass but also pick up the disruptors and just make a drastic tech switch. Whatever the hell it was, it worked out, as he finds himself tied up 1-1, equalizing the series. In the top left side of the map, the blue Protoss player, the famous breaker of Kalaris, the maker of cannons, the king of cheese. It is Haas.
And his opponent in the bottom right from Good Game Gaming, he's in the red, the one to dethrone Haas from being the king of this region, multiple time winner of the DreamHack qualifiers. This is Nice. How many of these has he won at this point? 5, 6? It's done well.
Yeah, it's been a very dominant run, looking really good. And I said yesterday that Nice was looking unstoppable, and I was saying to Maney, like, hey, it might be like a time-esque run, you know, not drop a map this season. But then I remembered he has to play Haas, and I was like, no. You know, it's funny. To give an idea of the psychological and emotional damage caused by playing against Haas, I mean, you guys already saw the interview with Rex before. Like, I feel like we like got to relive his trauma. I feel like he was asking a guy about his experiences in the war or something, like, you know. And he's not the only one like that. TLO, one of the bloody loveliest humans I've ever met. I remember him losing to Haas at Valencia. And I was like, oh my God, he's borderline like a salty ladder player. I've never seen TLO like this. But like, that's literally everyone's experience, because Husk gets in your head and it feels unfair. Like, he does not let you play a normal game of StarCraft. Speaking of proxies in similar areas of the map, Zeph, once again, what the hell?
Oh my goodness. They're on the same wavelength, man, I'm telling you. At least it's different tech. We have the Robo from Haas, and we have a Stargate from Nice. And they're gonna have a really awkward time if one of them spots the other.
Well, Nice has spotted him, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think Haas has spotted Nice one. So that's terrible for him if he doesn't realize. Robo's much better for just going and killing someone, right? It gives you really good frontal utility. An Oracle flying in can butcher workers. There is a shield battery, though. So even if he's surprised by the Oracle, he can run to the shield battery at the ramp. Oh, sorry, that's Nice is on the bottom, Haas is on the top. Never mind. I'm just getting confused here. But yeah, Haas, it's going to be interesting to see how this one unravels. So yeah, Nice is like, okay, just survive on the high ground and then get 2 Oracles and kill his mineral line. And Haas is getting a shield battery, but if he only is relying on the shield battery, then obviously the second Oracle just spells disaster, because they can one-shot the probes.
Do you have the Prism on the way now for Haas? And yeah, that main base. We do have some Stalkers here, but they might be heading out, so...
Can we check Nice Vision, actually? Did he have a Scout Haas main? Oh, this is really bad for Haas, because he hasn't seen a probe come in, so he thinks Nice has no idea what's happening. Oh, this is the worst case scenario for Haas. And the Oracles are going to wait, and actually he's going at Twilight. He senses something's up. Oh, Haas has insane game sense. Oh my God.
Oh, no, he's so close.
4 Stalkers waiting. Nice is like, what? Dude, you're meant to be all in me with 3-gate Robo. You're meant to be hitting me right now. Haas is like, I have 6 cents, baby. He's going Twilight Council. They are going to at least stasis block their natural, but this is actually just going to turn into a prolonged 1-base scenario. Nice, Nexus does start up a little bit earlier. That does give him an advantage there. The Oracles are just waiting right in the dead space in the back there. Blinkers on the way. Stalkers are at the front. That Nexus is going to take a bit of a beating. Should be able to save it.
How, dude? I'm so confused. But, well, he puts on a bit of pressure. He has the Warp Prism to micro with if he wishes, and we know he's an absolute monster with that. But he's going to back out for the moment as that Nexus comes down for Nice. Nice is going to snipe that Observer, and he's going to come back in with the Oracles. The Stalker's not quite in position to stop them zapping down a few more probes.
That's actually really bad for Haas, and the Prism a little bit too far behind. Oh, notice how Nice is changing targets. He's making it unpredictable who he's going to target. So it's very difficult for Haas to dodge the projectiles, whereas if he sees who you're shooting at and you just shoot at the one in the front, then he can just pick that up and dodge those projectiles mid-air. Nice Stalker micro nonetheless from Haas, having to pull back to the battery on the high ground. He's got to push him off this low ground. Haas cannot let him keep that. Oh no! His Stalkers came across the map. The Oracles are ruining him right now.
Oh, this is absolute disaster. The shield battery is helping a little bit, but there's just not a whole lot to stop that from snowballing. Haas down on 17 workers is trying to get some value here. He is taking out these Stalkers from Nice, who only has a couple left. Phoenix in the mix here. But he's sort of retreated back to the high ground now.
He's still killed a lot of units there. There's only a couple Stalkers of Phoenix left. And the firepower difference is making Haas think about going up that ramp. He's so far behind on economy. And actually, the battery overcharge gets baited there. The Observer, of course, is only there for Nice. He's the one with the vision advantage. targeting that pylon could be very effective. Yeah, this is not a lot of firepower. Oh, the Immortal. Okay, the Immortal should save the day, but not before that pylon does go down.
He's got to keep that thing alive. He's going to try his luck again here, getting some more probe kills. He might be able to snipe one or two here and there. The Stalkers! Oh, he gets one of them, but that means no more one-shotting.
Yeah, he can bring all the Stalkers across the map now because of that, right? Unless nice rebuilds in Oracle. And the Adepts are going to go in. Oh, nice distracted right now. There is an Immortal on the front, though, so very dangerous to commit any deeper. The Phoenix will pick up one of those Adepts. Good defense by Nice. Losing 5 probes, though. Still a painful move. He's actually down on economy now. And what looked like a desperately all-in situation for Nice, it's now playable.
Goodness gracious, what a knife fight. We've got a couple of mortals on the front lines here, so I don't know that Haas is going to be able to make much more happen with these Stalkers despite his micro. That's a lot of firepower. And what is his plan from here? He's getting another Observer, continuing to pump out Stalkers, and we have... Is that a second Oracle from Nice?
Yeah, he rebuilt the Oracle, so he's got the lethality. I said Haas could bring all his Stalkers across the map. Haas is too smart for that. He's left 3 of them in the main, but they're not right in the mineral line, so he needs to react very quickly to make sure he defends those. 2 Immortals and a Phoenix. I think Haas should back off from here. Force Field could be effective for him. Oh, he traps it! The Prism does come over. Can it get there just barely in time? Saves it. The Phoenix does go down, though. Oracle's going to dive in, knowing Haas is looking at the front. There we go. Stalkers are on it, though. They've got Blink, remember, but Haas not able to blink while microing the units at the front. Impeccable pickups. Gets rid of the gateway. Oh my gosh! He goes after the Prism! The Prism! Oh, great pickups. One of the Immortals does go down. Hot pickups dodging the projectiles, though. Haas has to get out of there. His units are too weak. He cannot stay here any longer. He goes for the Prism, the madman! He's gonna get it! The Prism and the Immortal go down! I can't believe Haas is pulling this off. The absolute psychopath who stands their ground with a bunch of red hit point Stalkers. Haas does, and he somehow finds a way to win the day.
This can't be real life, honestly. He's playing out of his mind. His control is so good. His decision making, he just makes it work. He blinks forward on top of these Stalkers. There's shield batteries here and an Immortal. Don't know about that one. That might have been a little bit overzealous. Those are bruised Stalkers already as well. Why not? Why not take the gold base? Go for it. Go off, King.
Oh, the Oracles in the main come in. Did one of them die out there? No, I think they both just escaped. And yeah, good defense. DT Shrine's on the way for a Nice when behind Dark Shrine. Observer's going to get sniped. Great moves by Nice. That's the second time he's killed Haas Observer, so Haas has to rebuild it. Prism is on the way as well. Oh, my lord. It feels like this is such a good spot for Haas. He has the blink tech. He has an expansion on the way. But DTs will actually be great here. Now that probe should have spotted the Stargate. Oh.
Gonna have to settle for some vision there. Haas is really not giving up much ground with the Oracles anymore. And he's gotten some worker kills of his own. He's going to depower that Stargate. He's poking up and keeping tabs on what Nice has in terms of his army, which is obviously just Stalker and Immortal at this point, but the Shrine is finishing here, so...
Oh, wow, nice moves. By Nice, funnily enough. Gets 2 Stalkers for a bit of damage on an Oracle. That's like beautiful play. And gonna recall a bunch of Stalkers and probes down there. And obviously having the gold base up is a huge boon. Now, Nice has got every single piece of tech on one base. The only thing he's missing is Robo Bay. He's got DTs, Blink, Stargate, Robo, and like that is just an insane amount of tech. He's building another gateway because he lost one at the front, so I think he's only got like 1 or 2 gates right now. This is still a massive army advantage and a huge income advantage for Haas. Both players, mineral lines have half mined out in the main, but Nice opening up a gold mineral line is in a great spot. DT's coming in though. Does he have recall in the main? No, he just used it. He's full walled though.
Nice really needs these DTs to do something, because the longer that Haas has that gold base, the worse it's going to be as well. He's just never going to be able to catch up in the money because he doesn't have another base. DT there just has to turn around pretty quick. Oracle's not able to find any purchase. DT at the front just taking out some structures, and maybe, well, there's an obs down here. I was going to say maybe that one can get some kills, but instead we're going to have another engagement on the front lines here. Haas moving forward with the Guardian's shield targeting the Prism, but there is a battery back there.
Haas needs to pull back and deal with this. Yeah. I mean, he should have dealt with that DT on the gold much quicker, but very focused on keeping his contain up. That can't be the priority right now. The Oracles come in. The Stalker will focus down that Reddit point one, not before a lot of probes go down. Nice is making something of this disaster of a game. It's not over till the Fat Dark Templar sings, F.
That's exactly right. He's actually really made a dent in that work account now. DT's still chasing those probes. We've got 15 workers killed. Haas on 15 workers total. Nice on 20. I mean, it's such a ridiculous game. They're both on such low econ. At least Haas has the gold going for him. And he's sort of pulled right out of Nice's territory now and regrouped.
Like to see Nice long distance mining there. I know it sounds silly, but 14 workers on 4 mineral patches is far too many. So would be nice for him to spread those out. The Stalker's going across the map. Nice does have blink. He's going to use that mobility. Haas is going, I mean, this is going to turn into a base trade. This is absolutely going to turn into a base trade. Stalkers are guarding the gold. You know, the moment Haas sees these units, he's going to dive. Do they go for the Nexus to stop the recall? Let's see. Nice starts to go in on the production of Haas. Haas starts to dive in on Nice as well. Oh, the recall instantly coming in. But I think Haas has the numbers here. Oh.
GG. Wow. What an insane game again, Haas.
Nice
I don't even know
there.
what to say, man.
Look at Nice face. That's the commentary. We can be silent there. That is the face of a man that has been hassed. Some people get, you know, you can tell they've been had. He's been hassed. It's honestly like, he's just like, yeah, you're such a cheater, man. Like, what the hell? I spotted your tech. I saved the oracles up. I had batteries at home. But Haas is like, nah, man, I had 4 stalkers and a battery waiting for your 2 oracles. I go blink on one base. I like do that beautiful prism micro on the front and the force field on the ramp and all. Like it's the ability to do that while microing stalkers versus oracles. It's his ability to be so tight in those one base scenarios. A lot of people used to laugh at Haas's mechanics and say he can't macro that well, blah blah blah. And anyone who's played against him in a PvP has a well-earned respect for his god-tier micro when it comes to small-scale skirmishes. He is one of the very best in the world in those weird situations.
For sure, he just does not hesitate, and it's done him a credit. He's on match point now. We're going to take a break and come back and see if Haas can close it out with a 3-1 despite Nice now being the favorite. So don't go anywhere, and when we come back, we'll be finishing off this series. Welcome back to the DreamHack Masters for Atlanta. We are in our final 2 maps, maybe just one, depending on how this goes, for Haas versus Nice here in the Taiwan region. We're in the playoffs. We're knee deep in it at this point, in fact, as the winner of this will be finding themselves a nice cozy spot in the grand finals, which will be played out tomorrow. So everything on the line here for Nice, who was kind of expected to continue his reign of terror over Haas, but it's definitely shaken things up. And Pig, you might be making Insano and I look silly here with your Haas pick.
Oh, what can I say? I mean, Haas is just, not a care in the world. And Nice cares. Nice really cares. He really wants to go to Atlanta. He wants that spot. He wants that money. He wants to dominate. And Haas is like, just the most dangerous thing for a tryhard is a Chad that just doesn't care and just rocks up and is like, rolls with the punches, doesn't get thrown off by any of the weirdness, He's rolling with it. He's feeling really fluid and loose and smooth out there. Nice has to find a way to match him in these weird games.
Yeah, that's always the problem, isn't it, against Haas? He thrives in the chaos. He's certainly not afraid of it. His control is fantastic. His decision making and the way that his builds flow, it just always works out, even in moments where like, surely he doesn't do the thing, and then he does the thing and it works. It's just so crazy. But let's see how we go. We're on inside and out. It is our 4th and potentially final map. If this man in the bottom left is able to take the win, he's in the blue, and his name is Haas.
His opponent in the top right of the map, he was the favorite going into this series, but now he finds himself on his last life. He has to win this map and the next one in a row to get to that upper bracket, or grand finals, I should say. This is Good Game Gamer's goodest gamer. It is none other than Noise. Oh, he's fake cannon rush. Oh, so he pulls 2 probes down. Oh, gas steal! Fake cannon rush into gas steal! Ah, split out all of his dirty tricks. I wish we had the cameras up already so I could see if Nice was phased at all. He's scouting around the back of his natural. He's like, is it real? Is there a cannon rush? What's going on? He even looks out to the left of his natural, for those who don't know. Oh, he's trying to hide the probe, actually, so we can get the Nexus up. Ah, Nice is going to show his probe going back to the high ground, maybe? This is very odd. You can proxy a pylon in your opponent's 3rd base on this map and warp across into their natural from over there where that probe is hiding. That's why I was like, is he for some reason checking over there?
Gotcha, yeah. Oh, looks like Nice is just somewhat resigned to this. Haas playing to his image, chopping that pylon there, being like, maybe I will cannon rush you. Maybe I won't. Who knows? But he does get the pylon block there and the gas steal, which is annoying, especially if Nice was coming into this with a sort of distinct plan. Now he's going to have to rethink that a little bit. But oh wow,
Cybercore block. His own Cybercore just finished at home, so it's a big delay. When you send a probe, build a fake pylon, cancel it, build an assimilator. This is all very expensive. So Haas has gone 2-gate afterwards, but he's actually supply blocked right now. Oh, we forgot to build the extra pylons. We can't even use the 2nd gateway. I mean, very cool open to disrupt your opponent and throw them into the chaos. But on paper, Nice is ahead.
Yeah.
Simply because he hasn't wasted all this money.
There'll be a little bit more time before he can actually get a Nexus down, but will eventually happen. And we see the long distance mining here with the probes because he's done saturating that main base any further. And what is Haas going to do as the follow-up here, because he's got stalkers on the way out, and there we go. Okay, we've got a robo coming down.
Hot tip, mining in the main up to 22, 23 workers is way more efficient than long distance mining. MaxPax likes to do this as well as a few other top Protoss players. Just don't want to be condescending, but maybe they should read Team Liquid threads from 2011 and check their numbers. Stop doing this, top Protoss players. It's inefficient. It's not that big a difference between, but it definitely is way more efficient to put those mining those further mineral patches. Stalker pokes in, sees 3 defensive Stalkers and the 2 gates. At least Haas confirms there's a Nexus. He's going to go Robo So similar sort of tech battle to the last game.
Yeah, would love to see another Prism, honestly, because he's just done so well with it. He always finds value, finds ways to harass, and then suddenly he'll commit if he sees an opening. But yeah, just going with the Observer first off, and that'll give him a bit of vision and a read on what Nice is doing, because Nice is just sitting on the gateways. There we go. Okay, so he's actually going to go for a Robo himself in this scenario.
What a weird standoff this is. Like I thought Waterfall was a freak occurrence, you know? I didn't. But now it's 3-gate Robo versus 2-gate Robo? It's like, is this just the meta between the two? They both do such scary pushes. They want to make Robos just for safety. Ooh, the probes actually shouldn't have been... Okay, only one probe goes down. Still a great catch for Haas. Nice, can't be affording to throw units away. He's already down an army supply. He does see the Immortal, though. Second Immortal on the way for Haas as well. Haas is way down on the workers, but he's got the Observer scouting the main. He sees the Robo coming up. Sentries warping in for both sides.
So Haas will know that he has a little more to work with in the army department, and he actually drops the Robo Bay there. Okay.
The Disruptor Mound.
Nice. And he's got the Warp Prism to go with it too. So I'm actually very much looking forward to how he uses this.
Oh, pretty sloppy there. I mean, oh, the Adept's distracting him. That's why. Well, that's really clean. Okay, sloppy on the Observer, but that's because he was doing a very, very nice maneuver on the other side of the map. And yeah, I mean, he'll have to build an Observer quickly after this Prism before getting a Disruptor. Otherwise, he gives the vision advantage to his opponent. He's going for an Immortal drop right now. One of the most powerful moves. If your opponent doesn't have Phoenix or Blink, there's nothing that can threaten the Prism other than Stalkers. And they need to get close to the Prism to do that. And that means they're getting close to Immortals, which means they are dying very quickly. So it's a very dangerous drop. Luckily, Nice is well positioned. He's also got that Observer there. Doesn't quite see it coming. But Haas has got to be careful. Those 4 Stalkers just to the right of this. Oh, he might get caught on the way out. Okay, he sees it.
Retreating back towards the mineral line, getting some Zealots in as cannon fodder, and also to help get on top of those Immortals. He's trying to target down the Warp Prism, and he does have to pick up and get out of there. Oh my goodness, that was close.
I mean, he trades essentially some hit points for 2 Stalkers. It's a great trade. It's just so scary that he does that. He does see the Stargate as well. I'm not sure if he had time to click on that and notice that because it was an intense micro situation. But Phoenix do counter Disruptors pretty hard. He's only got 1, and now he's going back to Glaze. Oh my god, the tech switches. Oh, this is insane. So he's just got the single Disruptor, forces Phoenix. This is the way to do it. If you keep committing to Disruptors, the Phoenix is a hard counter. But in this case, it's like, hey, you're unlocking a whole tech tree for 1 unit I built. You know, it ends up just washing out. Haas is going to siege the wall off. The Disruptor's so good in this situation. The Adept counterattack, though, could be a crucial way to do some backstabbing for Nice.
Gonna start working on this wall here. The Disruptor shot comes in, does clean up a couple of units. And the core under a bit of fire. There's 2 Immortals here for Nice to help defend. More warp-ins from Haas, though. Wall off at the Nat here prevents these Adepts from coming in. Very nicely done from Haas, and he's going to get... Oh, no! He's going to get the Immortals!
Oh my gosh! Game-winning force fields there. Gets an Immortal, almost gets the second one, forces the recall. The Disruptor shot comes in. Oh, he picks it up and cancels it at the last millisecond. Does Nice. The Immortals need to focus fire for Haas. If he focuses on Nice Immortal, it'll disappear. He's not focus firing it, but it doesn't matter. He's just got so many units.
Immortals standing strong here for Nice, and he does flush Haas out of the base momentarily, but the core is going to go down, and there's still so much army here from Haas. He's going to try and use the Adepts to go into the main, but that's been walled off. The Disruptor shot! Oh, the Immortals, both of them go down. The Adepts finishing off the other one. Nice. Not happy with that, but Haas, he's got to be feeling good. There's a big smile from him.